Alright guys, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. And I just now noticed something I still didn't make. I never made that layout. I promise after this trial I will make a new layout. Alright, I'm so sorry. I just never got around to making one. I honestly didn't even download any images because mostly like right before I start playing a game I'll go download images, and I never even did that for Phoenix Wright. But I'll go ahead and make that layout after this first day trial. But anyway, from here, let's go ahead and start up from the chapter or from the save. Alright, here we go. So, I think this was added to Gumshoe's testimony. The defendant attacked and killed the person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. As you can see, it's covered in blood. Let's press him on this. No! Wait, you know what? Last time we had found out about the bullet hole, but the thing is that led nowhere. It was a waste of time basically. So let's press him on this last statement. He wasn't fighting back. How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. Come on. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around the murder changed drastically. Oh, we're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That Von Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. I have to somehow find a critical contradiction, and then I'll have her. So we have to present evidence, alright? So let's go to... We have to present something here. Alright, let's check. Alright, so there's a gun. If there's a freaking gun, if there's a bullet hole through her shirt, why isn't she bleeding over there? No. If she was the one with the gun, if she was the one with the gun, why would that happen? If she was one with the gun, why would she shoot through her clothes? Oh man, this is so confusing. Alright, let's just look at everything. Let's look at all of our evidence. This helped us in the first game. What do we call it? The process of elimination, right? Obviously, we can get rid of that. Newspaper clipping, we don't need it. I don't think we need to use Maya's Makatama within the trial. The folding screen! Yeah, there's a small hole over here too! About 8 inches off the ground is a small hole that looks like a bullet hole. Yeah, I've completely forgot about that. It's been like a month. As you can see, it's covered in blood. But where do I present that? I don't think I should present that anywhere until I find something else we probably need to present. The pistol. Murder weapon. Was Gray's 2 shots fired. Bears Maya's and Gray's fingerprints. 2 shots fired, right? I mean, it says 2 shots were fired, so if we go to, as you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked without a doubt was not fighting back. We probably need to present something right here. I either want to present the pistol. Let's look at the knife. Murder weapon, a small fruit knife. Belongs to the face, bears Maya's prints. I'm thinking, I strongly think I need to present the pistol here. I might be wrong though. But then again, now that I think about it, the defendant, the gun, the pistol by itself wouldn't even prove that. It wouldn't prove that he actually fought back, right? The victim, what is his name? Dr. Gray? Dr. Turner? Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder. Touch the check. So I'm guessing I might need to present this here because if she was actually the one with the pistol first hand, if she was the first one with the pistol, I don't think there should have been a damn bullet hole right there. Oh my god, I'm so confused. Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder. Touch the check button for details. Oh, yes! Alright, so good. Okay. Good guess, good guess. Golf clap for that. Golf clap. Golf clap that. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes. Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed the person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlook supposed to mean? Well, does it mean, what does it mean? Oh, I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means not to fight back? You're right! It would seem that way. If the victim tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Ha! What is with that? Are you finished yet? Laugh. Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Miss Von Karma. It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. What? Now that you... Why, that's right! What the hell? Why are you whipping people? Which means the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No! Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Yes, I'm Von Karma's daughter. I have a whip. Feel my power! Yes! Don't just stand there! Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together that scenario all by my... Oh! Goddamn! Oh! Yes, sir! Right away, sir! The fucking whip. What transpired? Oh, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think he gonna slip up. He kinda scared that he getting whipped. So I think he's kinda shook up from getting hit. And he might expose something that we can use. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. What do you mean, ended it? This... Never mind. Anyway, this scenario you have put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, just by listening, it does make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. The struggle is real. What transpired? During the channeling, the defendant saw... No! Hold it! Oh, I had to wait until the text was done. I've had pushed the button earlier. There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength and it seems unlikely that the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of the channeling, was she not? Huh? When channeling with the Karain channeling technique, the medium physically changes. Oh, how does she know about that? With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I'm surprised she knew that. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Karain channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about, I didn't quite get it. Never mind. Let's continue with the testimony. Of course, he had that dumbfounded look. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. Hold it. So he was stabbed, but the wound didn't kill him? But if you think about the blood loss, it was pretty bad. How bad would you say it was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day, and afterward I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess that damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness. Oh! Sorry! She just straight whooping people. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Where in the world did the pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day. Bought it? But a handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Huh? Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. No. So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Okay. So the second shot was also fired by Turner, because the thing we have to prove it is the damn the folding screen. The first shot went into her sleeve. The second shot went into the folding screen. And why would she turn around and shoot from the folding screen? Like, what? So, yeah, I think that's proof. We need to present that. Man, Maya, I'm really glad you weren't hurt. The defendant then picked up on the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it. No, I don't think he did. Or I don't think she did. The second shot was fired by Turner. Maya has never fired a gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire by pulling the trigger. Even me, I wonder. Voila. Now, do you understand? Von Common's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. But there's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Yup. The second shot. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. Then picked up the opener and tucked the victim's gun in. No! This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in this statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence in the statement just now related? I don't know, sir. I was kind of just on edge and... No, Judge! No! Don't do this! Oh my god. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. I know that's for a fact what we have to press sometime soon. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. Maybe I gotta press it or present it on this. The victim took a shot, but I know man, I got this, man. He shot twice. The folding screen proves that, man. Come on, man. What am I supposed to present? I don't think it's this. The victim took a shot, but because they was too close. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Because they were too close, he missed? Because they were too close, he missed? That doesn't make sense. Now that I slowed down and read it, because they were so close, he missed. How did he miss? Maybe I don't think it's the folding screen. I don't think... Well, he got... What? It's probably the Maya's costume again, now that I think about it. It's probably the costume again I have to present here, because... If he was that close, how did he miss? He had his glasses on, right? And he couldn't have missed. Look at that. He got her garb. Let's do it. Yes! Alright. We got it. Alright. Golf clap that. Golf clap that. Golf clap that as well. Anyway, missing the tiny hole on this costume, or missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. What do you mean? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Gavel! Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume? Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh! But there's not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. Oh my god! Come back! That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other.
Objection!
I am disappointed, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything with this fools. She's not gonna go crazy with the foolish fools of the fools. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? No. As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. How could he have pushed him away? Yeah, Phoenix. Oh! Well then, that's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have had put some space between the doctor and himself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took the shot. Yeah, that should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? Something doesn't sound right. I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Something doesn't make sense. There's a fatal flaw in their argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Whip! Oh! Yeah, it's very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. I think it's the folding screen, so let's go ahead and present the folding screen. Folding screen. Yes, it has to be the folding screen. This is the evidence that destroyed your logic. What is that, a folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in the folding. Hole in the folding? Hole in the folding. Hole in the folding. Yes, it looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who, what, where, why? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these two really that clueless? The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. This changes everything. Now that I heard that rap, that was too awesome. Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he... Dude, this fucking... I love this. This is probably my favorite freaking music my favorite track of this game, the new one. This is my favorite new track of the game. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. No, originally I had thought maybe he had shot one time, and then the second time was when he was already on the ground after being stabbed or whatever. The first time he shot was when she was coming at him with the knife, and that's when he missed and got got the cloth of her clothing or whatever. And then the second time when he was stabbed and on the ground, and he had shot the damn the folding screen. That's what I had originally thought, but apparently she was squatting low to the ground. Well, anyway, at this time, the defendant was in this area. So right behind here? Should I do it right here? No. If he was shooting right here? Oh shit. This is, wait, I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up. Sure. In the meantime, I want you to think things through again, Mr. Wright. Oh, that hurt, Judge! What done is done for now. I should focus on where Maya was at the time of the crime. I thought it was... The victim was right here, right? If she was squatting low... If she was squatting, what would it be? What? Gotta think. His name is Phoenix Wright. He's got the evidence. Got the evidence. I'm trying to think, like, what the hell would it be? Obviously, she would probably be like right in front of the mat, right? Right in front of the fucking folding screen. Was she behind the damn folding screen? She was behind it, behind the folding screen. I thought she was in front of it. Ah! The victim and his attacker were fighting, were they not? Then why would the attacker be doing all the way back there? Besides, what if the attacker was behind the folding screen? Then how could the victim even know where to shoot? It's obviously impossible. Yeah, I guess so. Mr. Wright? God damn it! Boy, did I just screw up royally. What's done is done. For now, I should focus on where Maya was at the time of the crime. Well, I love how they, like, depending on where you point at, they have, like, a different objection. Was it in front of it? Okay, wait a second. We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole, but how can you gauge the distance from that? Well, isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You of all people should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Tama. If she was shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there's nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Oh yeah, hold yourself in agony. Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you. I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? It changes everything. Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with a knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen. Exactly. And Maya Fey was the real murderer. Why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing for the final strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. I figured there had to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job. Oof. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the bag. No, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You were probably thinking how you had this in the bag. Blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright, to think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me. Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective? How dare you damage my perfect logic? Huh? How is it all my fault? You can start repairing your standing by first removing that three-strand goatee. Yo, he only had 3 strands of hair on his goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. Whoa, punishment? Well then, Your Honor. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness? Sirlionhart. Yup. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. To be continued. Yo, man, we made some mistakes, but hey, man, come on. You gotta give me a break. Gotta give me a break. I came back from like playing like 6,000 other games. Okay, give me a break. I told you at the beginning of the last part. We gonna ease ourselves back into it, guys. So don't sit there and get mad. I didn't get mad. I was confused, but I didn't get mad. So you can't get mad at me for, taking the time and, messing up. We got to make mistakes to get to where we need to go. I'm not mad because I figured it out in the end. We got to make mistakes to find the truth. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to save the game, take a shit break, and once we come back, we'll be back with more Phoenix Wright Justice for All. I'll see you guys next time.